Have you ever been curious about how things are made? I know that as a designer and somebody who's interested in design, I'm always wondering, like, how did they actually make that? Well, today I'm really excited because I am giving you guys a behind the scenes look at how some furniture is made. I was invited to Belair in London, Ontario to take a look at how this stuff is made and actually get to share it with you guys, which, trust me, is not something you get to do every day. Get ready, because we are going to go and see how furniture is made, talk about some awesome new products that they have, and I even get to get my hands in the action too. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a fun one. So let's dive in. So last week I was able to go to Belair and I met with Scott, who's the VP of Design and Development, and we got to not only chat about furniture and products and just kind of the future of design, which was a whole lot of fun, but he actually gave me a tour for you guys to see, how these things are made and to actually, get behind the scenes and learn just how they put all this stuff together, which was really, really fun. What was really exciting when we got there was the office space, and the people who work there are really genuinely excited to be there, which is always awesome to see. And they have a lot of designers, and I think that really shows with this company because I quite often throw them curveballs as to, I have this idea, do you think you can make it? AKA, do you remember the bed that I showed a few weeks back? This was my sketch and this was the outcome. So they're very talented. These are amazing designers that help take all these ideas. And even as a designer myself, I don't build furniture, so it's a different type of talent that it takes to actually figure out how it goes from a little sketch to an actually built item. So amazing team that they have there. I really enjoyed sitting down with all of them and getting to chat for the day. So yeah, let's go on the tour, and I'm going to explain to you kind of what I walked through and what I saw. Unfortunately, as it is they were actually working, it's very loud. So we're not going to have audio on those clips. So I'm just going to explain to you what I saw, because you wouldn't hear anything anyways, because the machines are quite loud. And anyways, let's go. So the first item that I kind of want to share with you guys that they make, it's something I buy a ton of. And what's super fun about these tables is they beat up the wood themselves. I love this. This product, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's a gorgeous harvest table look, but it's actually created in the store. So they're not actually, taking down old, beautiful trees just to make it. They're taking wood and making it look aged and has the, the detail and the bumps and the edges and everything. And they do it right there by hand. They create it themselves. They even let me beat up some wood. Now, it wasn't an actual piece you could buy because I think I had a lot of aggression. I definitely smacked it much harder than it needed to be smacked, but it was a lot of fun. I felt much lighter after that moment. But what's awesome is that Nelson, he's like the guy that knows how to put all this stuff together. And Nelson creates these beautiful pieces. They have coffee tables and boardroom tables, and I've actually used it in one of my designs for all of my cafe tables. And let me tell you, 2 years later, they still look fantastic because they are distressed and they have that look to them. They just keep aging so well. And even though students, because it's a student cafe, that use the space, tends to get beat up a little bit, it still looks great because that's how they're intended. And they can make it in anything. I did shelving in it. We did doors with that distressed look. Just a really fantastic line that they carry. And what's even better is the base on the boardroom tables or the bigger tables. They do these metal bases, and it just has that really rustic look that I mean, I just love it because it's slick, it's beautiful. You can use it in residential, you can use it in commercial, you can use it in, retail, you can use it pretty much anywhere because it's really designed to withstand anything you toss at it. So I love this line that they are manufacturing there, and the process of making it is just too much fun. Like, let's be honest. I would just be banging up wood all day. I wouldn't actually get anything done because it would be just too much fun. And yeah, so that was one of the highlights of the day for sure. Another product, because I gotta tell you about all of the stuff. I know we're gonna get into more of the see how the machines work, don't worry. But another product that they're doing, which was super fun, is called Harmony. And that's the name of the product, but essentially it is a soundproof material that you can put on walls. I should probably think about getting some in here. Let's be honest. What is super cool about this product is it comes in tons of colors, and they can use their CNC machine to pretty much create any image you want with it. I mean, you can put your company logo in there. You could do a cool design pattern, which they had on their front entry wall. And what's neat is they can use multiple colors. They can layer over top. It just has so many possibilities of how this product can be used. And you could totally use it at home. Like if you have a YouTube studio, or if you have a podcast studio, because that will work really great. That's what it's for. It's for absorbing sound, and really it just is beautiful at the same time. And one of the details that I absolutely loved is they're doing this etching pattern, which I thought was really, really neat. It just had that very modern vibe to it. And I mean, my favorite color is navy blue. I know it's hard to tell. But it really is. And oh my goodness, I was like, where can I use that? Because I loved that wall that they had done. And it was just such a neat detail because at first from far away, you're like, what's happening? But it gives it that three-dimensional look, which is so fun. And side note, when I was sitting down with Scott and talking about this, what was super exciting is that this product, this machine that they bought to make this product, actually also can cut plexiglass. So when everything kind of went crazy in the world, because they had bought this before, the thing happened, they were able to just convert that machine and actually pivot their business and start making plexiglass shields, which, I mean, I bought 1 million of them. Maybe not 1 million, but I bought a lot of them for some of my clients. So what an excellent, just resourcefulness that they had to just switch directions and focus on that, because that was the need. Now, obviously, things are getting back to normal, a little slower here in Ontario than in other parts of the world, but it is getting back to normal. So now they are back to making their beautiful Harmony creations, and it is a beautiful, great, functional, designed, there's a million options of what you can do with this stuff. You can hang it from the ceiling, you can put it on the walls, you can create anyways, I could go into it all day, but honestly, great product. If you're looking for anything like that, I highly recommend checking out Belair. Now let's get into how is it made? If you have a desk, how do they make the desk, right? It shows up. If it's something you have to put together, you put it together. If it's something that's already built, we don't always really think about what goes into it. And it was so neat because seeing the process, it is some high-tech stuff. So they basically start with the CNC machine that cuts out all the shapes. So you have your desktop, if you have a curve in it, whatever the shapes are, it cuts out the shapes of the desk and then it spits it out. And I was just like, it's all automated. It's kind of wild. The machine does it all once it's programmed in it, which was super neat, super high tech. And then it goes to another machine and it does all the little banding edges. So when you're looking at a desk, it has a nice finish edge. Well, that's actually something that's done with a machine. It has its own machine just to do that. Just fantastic watching this stuff happen. And then it goes to another machine and it It was very loud, but it puts all the holes in for how everything connects. And it's like this giant puzzle piece that just kind of travels from location to location and gets everything put together, but it is actually assembled by hand. Then it goes off and they actually, screw in the handles and they put the sides together, and all of that stuff actually does get put together by a person. So although the machines get everything ready, it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess a big puzzle that they have to put together at the end. Obviously they know how to do it. It's no IKEA stuff here. This is really good quality, really well built furniture, but it is really interesting to see that progression through, basically just one big sheet that gets cut down, gets edges all finished nicely, gets all the holes put in place, and then somebody actually assembles it. So what's neat is they do offer a flat pack option, or they offer, what I normally buy, which is like a ready-made desk. And it was just so neat. The process is so streamlined, actually, going through each step. And it was fun to be able to be there and actually see it up close. I wish you could get the full experience. And another thing that was really interesting is everybody that worked there was just super happy. You never get that. Oh, interject, I gotta show you something. One of their staff members is the most talented artist I have ever seen. And I have to show you this because this was done, I think it was with pen or pencil, I can't remember what, actually he used, but the detail, I mean, absolutely out of this world, amazing. So when I saw this, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like one of your workers. And he was so excited to highlight, this amazing, talented individual. And that's what I loved about Belair, is that they aren't just people that come in and check in and do their job and go home. They're a family. They all know each other. They know about each other. They know about their interests and their hobbies and their, other talents. That they're not just there putting together screws, nuts and bolts and working on CNC machines. And that's a part of them, but it's not all of them. And I really feel like that was one of the biggest things I got out of going there was, I think, when you think about a factory or production, you just think kind of like robotic. And it wasn't like that at all. They were just this community of people and they all really loved what they do. And what I love about working with Belair as a designer is just that they're able to take something that's an idea and then create a vision out of it, because they're not just, a production line, just go, 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 go. They're able to do other things and create custom pieces and work together as a team to figure out how are we going to put this together. And you really felt that there, which was super exciting for me, actually going there, not just hearing about it and actually seeing it for myself. And I've met quite a few of their staff members over the years, and it's just a really rewarding experience. So I just wanted to, touch on that because I think it's really valuable and it's really important to highlight that, that's not the norm, and you really have to create a good corporate culture to get that type of, feedback and just enjoyment from your staff, really, like that's not an everyday thing. What was really a highlight of my day, well, actually there was there's so many highlights. Well, one of the highlights of my day was getting to sit down with the design staff and actually have a really great conversation with them just about design and, going back to work after all of this stuff has happened, and just really getting to interact with the people who I deal with through email all the time. And that was really, really fun for me. And I wanted to thank them all for, sitting down with me and chatting and having a wonderful lunch. And they provided lunch. Come on, I was such a spoiled girl that day. It was one of those moments where I just really felt like, I can't believe this is what I do for a living. This is so much fun. It was just a really great day. And I love talking about design. And Scott and I as well sat down and just had a little chat about where we think, design is going and some different ideas about, where we're going to see changes in the workspace. And I wanted to include a little bit of that chat for you guys. I mean, there's studies that have shown that open office productivity is less 33%. And that's through a Harvard study that they did on just production, because of noise, because of sound, because of all those types of things. So I feel like what's going to happen is we're going to see an increase in productivity because people are going to have their own spaces again. And I feel like they're going to be able to tune people out. And something like this, which also helps with noise, is where I'm excited to see how it evolves further, because this is just like step one,
Well, that's exactly what we expect.
Yeah.
We feel like we're just sort of beginning
just
to
touching
walk.
it.
Learning to walk right now, and excited about the potential. We sometimes shake our head like this could be done, this could be done, this it just continues to go right with ideas, and so it does feel like the Wild West for us, which is exciting. That's where we like to do business.
That's the funnest part about design is going in that next phase, because it's ever changing.
And not being afraid to say that's okay. That one didn't work. Yeah. Let's try this one instead too, right? Because
So one of the things we talked about was just how workspaces are going to look when we return to the office. So as exciting as it was to see how all of this beautiful stuff was made and all of the potential for where you could use it. You can use it at your home office. You can use it at your corporate office. You can use it in a retail space. All of these awesome things. But we were really talking about, what is the office going to look like, in the next little bit? What are we going to be sitting in? And, I think there is going to be a shift to more flexible working. And I think we all agreed on that. I also think we're probably going to see a movement away from so much open concept, but people aren't going to necessarily be buying all new furniture. So the Harmony line actually provides a really cool option of making open workstations a lot more private. And they've actually done it in their own space, because being in the office as an essential workplace, so they were working through when most places were closed, they needed to protect their staff. So coming up with these ideas using their own products, plexiglass and the Harmony line, of course their own furniture as well, but just how they ended up dividing the space, it didn't feel like an afterthought. And I felt like that was super important to highlight, because as a designer, I don't want to be designing office spaces that feel like an afterthought. I don't want us to be just throwing all this plastic on top of everything and just coming up with all these barriers that just look cheap. I mean, we don't have to do that. And you don't have to spend a fortune to make your office more functional post this world, post this lockdown life. So when we go back to the office, I really want to see people embracing products like this Harmony line, which, oh my God, I forgot to mention, it's coated with a micro antimicrobial. I might have to include the clip. Don't you guys do a coating on this as well?
Yes, yeah. Everything's coated with Aegis, antimicrobial, antibacterial. We just do that as course, because we do care about
any product that's able to be touched.
Yeah.
It's going to be coated automatically.
So it doesn't absorb the stuff that comes out when you sneeze. All the bad things, it doesn't absorb into them, which is amazing, and included just in the product itself, which I thought was absolutely phenomenal, because usually you pay extra for that kind of stuff. So yay, Belair. So I loved it. And this really neat, ingenious idea just slides on. There's no drilling, no screwing, no gluing. That's amazing, because what I have been noticing is everywhere you go, they're drilling into really good quality furniture, these ugly plexiglass things. And it's no, do not destroy the furniture for something that could be very temporary. I mean, we just don't know what the next few years is going to be. If people want to keep barriers up, if they want them down, there's going to be a lot of discussions around that. So let's make them beautiful, and let's not ruin the existing furniture, because it costs a lot of money. And even if it doesn't cost money, we shouldn't be ruining perfectly good furniture. That's just my 2 cents. Okay, guys? So yeah, that was really cool, seeing the kind of creative ways that they all work together to come up with amazing solutions to a lot of the current, work issues we're facing. So I just really wanted to share with you guys this amazing behind the scenes. I feel so lucky. Thank you very much, Belair, for giving me the full tour, the full Belair experience, and actually getting to interact with everybody and meet everybody and see how everything is put together. And it just solidified that they are a really fabulous company that really cares about their people. And as a designer, that makes me feel good. So I just hope that this video, as much as it's not like a sponsored video, it kind of is in a way, because I'm sponsoring them. I'm saying you should consider using Belair for your next project. And I will link all of the contact information below if you're interested in, getting something priced from them. I hope you enjoyed going behind the scenes today and actually seeing how some of this stuff was made. So if you're liking this content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It helps me know that you're enjoying it. After this, I suggest you jump over to my reality concept video. It's about a bunk bed that they made for me. It's a great video. It shows them putting it all together, and this was a totally custom design, something that I had in my brain and they managed to make into real life. So definitely jump over and check out that video next. I think you'll really enjoy it. All right, guys. Bye.